Imagine a world with no Gibson guitars. Oh my God, it would be terrible. Gibson reportedly facing bankruptcy after 116 years. Home of the iconic Les Paul guitar. They are apparently dealing with a major financial shakeup. This story coming out just a few days ago. And we do have a response from the company itself. But here's a little background on what's going on. The chief financial officer, Bill Lawrence, has left. His departure is seen as a bad omen for the company, as $375 million in senior secured notes mature and $145 million in bank loans become due if they aren't refinanced by July. Gibson also recently moved out of his Nashville warehouse, which it called home for over 3 decades. At the moment, company owner Henry Juskowitz is attempting to get things in order financially, but is battling with creditors over bad business decisions. Gibson is hoping that its acquisition of various electronic companies over the last few years will soon provide a much-needed influx of cash. Gibson, of course, was founded back in 1902 in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's estimated to pull in $1 billion a year in revenues. Unbelievable to me when you see a company that's pulling in $1 billion in revenues and can't make their business model work. Les Paul, designed by the legendary guitarist himself, first went into production in 1952 and has since been used by damn near everybody, including Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, Joe Perry, Bob Marley, Slash, and others. They also produced the Firebird and the Flying V. In an official statement from Gibson, issued just about a day ago, Gibson is assuring folks that it is in the process of finding a solution to its bankruptcy. Gibson has met all current obligations to bondholders and is in the process of arranging new credit facilities to replace the bonds and fully expects the bonds to be refinanced in the ordinary course of business. These bonds expire as all fixed income instruments do at the end of their term, added Juskowitz. He also notes that the company has been working to monetize its assets, saying, quote, "We have been monetizing assets like stock holdings, real property, and business segments that could not achieve the level of success we expected. By monetizing these assets, we can reduce debt and generate funds to contribute to business segments that are thriving. It is important to our business to get back to the financial success we had to achieve the best financial terms in the refinancing of our company." Never a good thing when you're hearing some of these terms thrown around. It's always weird because people will say, oh, this is the normal course of business, and these things happen all the time, which I guess is true, but sometimes these are clear signs that things are, in fact, worse than a company is publicly putting forward. Now, I'm not sure what the case is here with Gibson, but I know that there's a ton of music lovers and guitar lovers that love all their guitars and consider the Les Paul to be the greatest guitar ever. And it would be a shame if a company like this finds itself in financial dire straits. I don't think that Gibson would ever go away. I certainly think there would be plenty of individuals, let alone companies, that would want to buy it and keep it going. But sometimes it's that struggle before that stuff happens that could lead to poor decision making, and then eventually just the poorly produced product. Like if they start cutting corners and things, those sort of practices are not all that good. I do believe there's a lot to monetize there because the Gibson brand itself has a lot to it. I'd say start pumping out some more shirts and things like that. That would be one answer. Get some shirts into TJ Maxx. It seems to solve a lot of other problems for a lot of other artists, if you ask me. But there's the latest on the Gibson Guitar Company, 116 years, and by some reports here, facing bankruptcy, although the company's official statement seems to say they are going through their normal course of business. But of course, when you lose your CFO and you move out of your home, people are going to speculate. So we'll keep our eye on this, and we'll see what happens with Gibson.